Ladies and gentlemen, this is Humantis, and my country and my religion is humanity. As you can see, this is my first vlog, and I'm representing my nonprofit organization, Humantis. That sole purpose was to bring the broken humanity together, and the purpose was to make sure that the mainstream media, the career politicians, the establishment that has caused the division amongst us, be it religious division or other sorts of divisions, to bring awareness, to make sure that we have no borders, no country, no religion first. First is humanity. We look at each other as humans first. When we start doing that, I feel that a lot of problems will go away. So that's who I am. Hopefully I'll explain more about my company as we go along. But today the purpose is to speak about the latest conflict, Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Though the conflict started in 1948, when the UN resolution 181 was formed to make two states. Before 1948, again, this is a fact. Before 1948, there was no Israel. There was no state of Palestinian, as far as I'm concerned. There might be people living in certain areas, yes, but 1948, after United Nations resolution was passed, especially for two-state resolution, state of Israel, where Jews will live, and at that time, Jews were coming in after Second World War from all over the world, and the Palestinians were already living there. And they were supposed to get the areas where they are in majority to form a Palestine state. Unfortunately, the Zionist leaders had some other some other ideas, and they thought that Palestinians doesn't need a state, and they thought that though there was no state of Israel before 1948, but they thought that for thousands of years, or 5,000 years, or 3,000 years before, Jews lived there, so this is their land, and this was their ideology, which could be right, could be wrong, but the fact is only one, and that is the state of Israel was formed in 1948, and it was under United Nations Resolution 181. And two states were to be formed: state of Palestine, where Palestinians will be majority; state of Israel, where a state of Jews will be there. What happened was, and I'll go with all the events that happened that led us to the latest conflict in not a war. Remember, it's not a war. Latest conflict on October 7th. So what happened was currently, the minority is, state of Israel. The minority is ruling over the majority. Apparently, it's said that there's only one democratic country, though you call it country, but it has no borders currently. So it says in Middle East, the only one democracy is Israel. Okay, but if you really see, the minority is ruling over the majority, and the minority is trying to massacre the majority so that they can become the majority and take over all of the land. This is kind of and I will explain how this is happening. So I've been following this conflict since 1980. I guess I was in 9th, 10th grade at that time, and PLO was the one running the Palestinian affairs. So what happens is every year there's conflict, every year there's wars. And I remember 1982, Sabra and Shatila massacre under General Sharon happened from Israel. Sabra Shatila was in Lebanon, I think, and the Lebanese Christian Army and the IDF, or Israeli Defense Forces, or we call it Israel Occupation Forces these days, IOF. They massacre about 3, 4, 5,000. Again, there were women and children. I will attach all the photos of that massacre, but I clearly remember that. And I always used to say, just give the Palestinians their land, their state, and Israel will look good in front of the world. They will not be called apartheid. They will not be called occupiers. They will have their land, and Palestinians will have their land. So that never happened, and years and years and decades passed by. Okay. For the last 15 years or more, there are atrocities by the Israeli military in Gaza, in other areas, West Bank, towards Masjid al-Aqsa, and people will be praying, and they will be pushed around, and during the Ramadan they will not be allowed to go and pray. So now October 7th happened here. So who are the beneficiaries throughout this conflict? Who are the beneficiaries? Look at this. Zionists will always, you will hear them saying, oh, and I'm hearing this since, PLO will wipe us off the map. Hezbollah will wipe us off the map. Iran will wipe us off the map. Now Hamas will wipe us off the map. Palestinians will wipe us off the map. Now guess what? Wipe Israel off with what? Neither Hamas nor Palestinians have army, tanks, air force, bullets, guns, missiles, nothing. So they're going to wipe Israel off with what? So this is a fear-mongering strategy, so that it benefits Israel to keep the murder of the Palestinians, because, hey, they're going to wipe us off. So again, look for the beneficiaries, look for the statements, and who's benefiting from it. Now, Benjamin Netanyahu's government was on a fine thread, and before 7th October event or 6th October events happened, a couple of days after, there was a big rally to remove him, and then all of a sudden this happens. This happens where Hamas comes in through breaking the wall and coming in and doing whatever they did. Okay. And this is a ironclad security of Mossad, very difficult to understand. Again, look for the beneficiaries. Who's allowing this to happen? Okay, so that their position gets solid, and then now, again, who's the beneficiary? Who's the beneficiary in all this? You think Palestinians are the beneficiaries of what Hamas did? The civilians? They're going to fight with what? They're going to fight with what? So they get massacred, okay? Netanyahu's government gets solid, and now consistently civilians and babies, hospitals are being bombed every day. So clearly, beneficiary is Netanyahu, beneficiary is Zionists. They want to grab the land. They want to get the Gaza back in their hands so they can do the settlements. So that's your beneficiaries. Now, why Hamas, everybody seems like thinks Hamas just went in. Hamas just went in because they are savage. Nothing, Israelis, IDF doesn't do anything. I will attach videos of this year where I've been told from January till September, 200 Palestinians have been killed by IDF, okay, in and around Palestine, and in and around Israel, Masjid al-Aqsa, and then around surrounding areas. So look at the atrocities of IDF on armless people, and worshiping people who are just worshiping. So you do that atrocities. You want to do those atrocities. And then look at the military people with the gadgets, with the guns and everything on people that has not even a single bullet, single gun with them. And then they come out and they do their atrocities. So what happens? People get enough, and then they burst out. Okay, I am not taking anybody's side in this. I'm saying everybody's life is very important. Okay, everybody's life is important. But I'm trying to tell you, and I'm going to show you videos that what IDF does to instigate. This is just like I come to your home every day and I instigate and fight with your family every day. Okay, and eventually one day you will stand up at the door and beat me up. I guess that's what you're going to do. So if I'm not bothering anyone, I'm going around and worshiping in the mosque, and then you come in and instigate me, so what will happen? How much do you think people got frustrated? So just to answer, what Hamas did was not on a blue moon. They just woke up and did the horrendous thing that I'm not in favor of. But what I'm trying to say is, if one person is a killer who killed somebody in your family, you don't go and kill the whole subdivision, the whole locality, the whole city. You go and find that person. The reason, hey, the enemy hides behind the population. Yeah, enemy will do whatever enemy will do. So enemy is not going to do what you want them to do. First of all, you're not giving the enemy any arms and ammunition and land to make their own army. If you do that, if you give Palestine a land and let them have their own army, your wish will come true. Then you can fight an army. Okay, you can fight an army. But right now, you're not letting them even breathe in Gaza. Okay, so you control water, electricity, everything. Not even an ant can go inside, or a bird can fly in. So then you say, hey, they hide behind hospitals. They hide behind kids and this and that. Well, enemy will do whatever the enemy will do, but you have to follow the laws of the war. You cannot go out and kill the civilians. You cannot go out and kill the civilians just so you can do a genocide. And the whole purpose of this is by Zionists to grab the land, and they can do the settlement. Everybody knows that. Everybody in the world knows that now, okay? Because again, go to the basics, go to the root cause. United Nations Resolution, UN 181, two-state solution, Palestine state, that you did not let happen, because Zionists thought that Palestinians will either die or they will go to Jordan or Egypt. Why will anyone leave their home? Will you leave your home? There are 50,000 people die in Chicago of gunshots every year. Yeah, so the rest of the residents should leave and go to Canada? They're not. Nobody's telling them to leave. So why will anyone, a Palestinian who lived in Palestine, is going to live there? You are not going to force them by guns and tanks to leave so you can get your settlement done. So again, I will show videos of what IDF does to the armless, worshipping Palestinians, and then what they do after, if they have to take a revenge of what Hamas did wrong. Okay, Hamas did something wrong. So yes, you're going to go and kill the people, perpetrators who did the wrong. But it's your job as a military to go and make sure not a single civilian will be killed, or else you will be prosecuted under the laws. Look, it's not if, okay? It's when you all will be prosecuted under the laws, okay? So again, we all sit and think, what a horrendous thing Hitler did. What a horrendous thing Hitler did. But then now I'm thinking, if the Zionists are going to keep doing the atrocities on the Palestinians, guess what? 10 years, 50 years, 100 years, some nutcase Hitler will be born again, okay? I'm not in favor of it, but I'm just saying if you keep the cruelty and the barbarism on the people, one day some a nutcase will be born. Nature has got its own ways of getting back. I hope the root cause will be fixed with the Palestinian state, and the two states will live peacefully together. I will speak on this more, and we'll continue this journey. If you have questions, please ask me over. Again, I'm not taking anybody's side. All lives matter to me. But if the aggressor and if the people who are doing the atrocities, they have to be brought into limelight as well. Thank you very much.